Okay, so regarding concurrency, so there are several ways in this. The first approach that we have to this is that we met with Jean Paul and he explained us some of the trick as he showed before in this meeting. But there is another way to do it. So if you go to this object, we are still inheriting from the base object from XAF, and if you use this attribute, like the timestamp attribute, this will be a timestamp that will be automatically increased by entity framework without any additional code. So this timestamp will serve as a raw version, which means that if two people have the same record, it will check the raw version or the timestamp to make sure that it's updating the right exact object. So in this case, it's as simple as doing this. Of course, you should mark this as non-browsable in XAF because if not, you will see it in the UI. And there is a second way that I will explain just a little bit later, but let me go to the controller to explain this because we have a controller for that. So in here, the example is kind of really simple. Basically, we create an object in code with one object space, then we commit that object space. Then we read the same object in two different other object spaces, and then we commit it in one and try to commit it in the second one. That will create a concurrency problem because both of them read the same file, but once it's time to commit, the record has changed because one of them already committed changes. So the second case this will fail actually. So let's run that. So test concurrency. Let me remove this because I don't need it anymore. On my computer, no, there you go. My computer at home. So let's remove this. Yes. Okay, so right now at the current moment, we created the object, we commit it, we read it with the object space 1, and then we also read it with the object space 2. And object space 1 already committed changes. So at this moment, the record in the database has this value, test1. When the second one tries to commit, without you doing anything, entity framework will check the raw version and check if they're the same, it will update it. If they're not, it will throw a concurrency error. So here they say like, okay, the database operation basically failed, so there was no rows affected. And it's because of the concurrency. So it's kind of the automatic, easy way to do it. There is also a different way, a third way, because Jean Paul showed one, this is a second way, and there is a third way to do it, which is you can mark any of your properties as concurrency check. It will save exactly the same purpose. The main difference between the timestamp and the concurrency check, and here you can see what I wrote about it, is that if you mark something with the concurrency check attribute, it means that you are in charge of increasing the value or changing the value in any way to make the row distinct from each other. So this one I will not use it because I don't increase the value. But if you have a mechanism yourself to increase the value or to make the value be different all the time, you can use this. This I think, can be useful in a legacy model where you have something like that already implemented at database level or whatever. So you can mark it as concurrency check column, but you're in charge to increase the value or change the value, actually, not increase it. It's not necessarily a numeric number. So that is the other way.